Hey, what's up everyone, it's Cav for the Monkey Make It Misplaced channel, and today I will be deck profiling Luticia. Leo finally let me out of the tank because I finished building the deck, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. FYI, this is not a budget list, so just like Powerful, it is going to be very expensive deck, and as you'll see, I play a lot of the old cards like Eureka, Aura, and I even play Strega in this list, so not budget friendly at all. But Luticia is one of those decks I put a lot of effort into because I really enjoy this list, and I would say it's probably my strongest list at the moment, at least my strongest deck. And I've been testing it a lot, and I've been messing with the ratios, and I'm still kind of tinkering with it. This is so far the list that I've had the most success and fun with, but obviously with more time and, you know, as more sets come out, I'm gonna keep tinkering with the list and seeing what I like. Like originally I played fronts, but now I play draws, as you'll see later. But let's just get on with the deck list. Starting with the right lane, I play the Luticia right line. So the 0, the 1. The 1, when wrote upon, allows me to put a card from my hand on the bottom of my deck and lets me search for a curse card, which I will show you later. That's very good. It allows you to put back triggers like heals, crits, OTs, which I've done lots of times. Just allows you, and then plus deck thinning, you really want the curses. The curses are very important. The grade 2 Luticia, when you would write on top, instead of discarding, you can just soul blast a card with Luticia. The soul doesn't matter, like only the curse cards matter, as you'll see, so everything else is pretty expendable. Plus there's a lot of soul charging in this list with the grade 2 we play, so just being able to keep a card in hand is great. The grade 3 Luticia, the main boss, whenever you play in normal order, she'll get +5, so that could also be the Chalice. I do not play that in this list, I used to, but if it's something you were interested in playing in. And then when she attacks a Vanguard, counter +1 and perform the following according to the number of cursed order plays in your soul. If you have 2, you get to draw a card and she'll get +5. And if you have 4, at the end of the battle, you ditch a card, she'll restand and get -1 drive. So very powerful, very simplistic. She does what she does best, which is just swing hard for big numbers and a lot of pressure. We haven't got a new form for her, but honestly I don't think you need to get a new form. I think what she does is perfect as it is. There is a new promo coming out that is also a cursed order, but there is no date and time. I will show you what I will replace for that later. Going on with the list, I played 3 more Luticias because Persona Right is strong in this list, plus drawing an extra card is great. Not much to say about that. Before I go to the grade 2s, I am going to talk about the Cursed Order play since they are the main point of the deck. I play 4 of Cursed Sugar Sparkle, which is the normal order. This allows you to soul charge a card and then call out a card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, and it'll get +5. And they both cursed orders will put themselves into soul. But this is really good. It allows you to fill a board. It allows you to get some pieces in that you soul charge. You want to max out on the cursed orders, so the fact that she got 2 really cursed orders is really good. The other one is the Blitz order. This Blitz order I would say is probably the best in the game, and it's strictly tied to Luticia because what it does, for free, you can play it. It'll give your Vanguard +15, and then if you have 4 or more cursed orders, it'll draw you a card. All of that for free is insane. I think the +15 was a very generous number. By the way, if you have 3 cursed orders and you play this, it'll go into soul first and then check, so you can get a draw like that. And while you're guarding, you could draw into another guarding piece, so it makes guarding really easy. And you want to use your orders as fast as possible, so the fact that both of these are amazing is great. For the grade 2s, I play 4 Nostria, the original grade 2 for Luticia. When she's placed, you get to look at the top 3, put a card from your hand to your soul, and put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order. That's the soldier I was talking about. You will abuse that as much as possible because you want to just fill up your soul with cursed orders. And then when she attacks, if you have 2 or more cursed orders, she'll get +5. If you have 4, she'll get +15. So she becomes big. 25 by herself, 35 on Persona Red. And with the Eureka, she becomes 40. 40, which is just really big, and you can bounce it back to your hand to play the next turn. Not Greylocked, by the way, so if you have Eureka and this in your hand, you can do this as early as grade 2, which is just insane. The new grade 2 that I play is Triple Miriam. This is the card that will probably get cut. when at first glance I thought this card was insane, because on place, if you have Vanguard Luticia, you could ditch a card from your hand, look at the top 7 cards, and get up to 2 Curse Orders. And then if you played a Cursed Order this turn, she gets boost. That sounds really, really good in theory, but what I've noticed in practice is that she makes hands very awkward because there's not a lot of recursion in this deck, like none at all, until we get that new Cursed Order. So if you have a hand, say with like a Persona Ride, this, and maybe like triggers, you really don't want to pitch any of that. So I will use her on occasion, but she's not like the main card. If I don't have Nostria or Strega, which you'll see right now, I will play her, but if I have those two, she does not see play. So she's probably gonna get cuts in the future. Speaking of Strega, play 4. This is a order-based deck. Not much to say. When she's placed, other than by unit's ability, you get the Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, get a unit or get an order. And when she attacks, if she was placed that turn, she has to attack a grade 3 Vanguard. You can counterblast 1, draw a card, gets +10. So again, big beat stick, draws cards, gets you cards. Very expensive, like I said, this deck is very expensive, not for any budget players, but if you're willing to put in the money, it's a great deck. Moving on to the grade 1s. As I mentioned earlier, for Eureka, just a good card, just a staple in a lot of Lyrical decks. When you play a card in front of it, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3, it'll give it +5, and at the end of the battle, she boosts, Soul Blast 1, get the card back to your hand, allows you to get your Stregas back, allows you to get your Nostrums back, and if you have to, say you play the normal order and you pull Luticia out of your soul, you can bounce it back and have Persona Ride. So there's a lot of combo plays you could do because of Eureka, and I had her at 3 at first, but after testing, I had to bump her back up to 4. She's just too important. Same thing with the next card. For Aura, I was originally playing like 2 or 3 because of the new card Miriam, but I cut Miriam down and filled it with Auras because Aura allows you, when the battle sheet boosted hits, just retire her, search an order. Just a guaranteed order. So it allows for on-hit pressure, makes your opponent want to guard her attack. Just really good card overall. I think she's going up in price now because a lot of decks are using her, which does suck, but I feel like it's a very necessary card at the moment. And then of course, finally, the PGs. I'm playing the full set of normal. As you can see, this one's different because I was testing the Blitz one. The only issue with the Blitz PG, since we are playing a Blitz order, they can conflict with each other, so if you could still play it. I know Lured and Sure Nui are coming out. If they're not, I believe they're out already at the time of recording, so you might want to put in the Blitz. I haven't gone to locals yet, so I will probably try and test that out against, you know, those decks. I know Leo's getting the Lured deck set. I believe he already on the channel, so I will test against him and see if I should just play the Blitz order. But if you have it, you know, that's the choice you can make to play it. Moving on to the triggers. Like I said earlier, I was playing fronts, but now I'm playing 4 draws. You want to see a lot of your pieces because all your pieces are really good. And you know, it's very difficult because sometimes I do miss the fronts for the more you know, power. But I guess for me, after practicing with it, if I don't have pieces in my hand, I'm not winning the game anyway, so the fronts are useless in that regard. And I've been really liking the 4 draws. They've been providing a lot of work. Moving on with the rest of the triggers. I play 7 vanilla crits. You can play the soul crit if you'd like. I do own them, but I just was lazy and I wanted to play these because I like the art. You can definitely add them if you want. I have always said I don't advocate for people spending a lot of money on those effect triggers. And if you have them, use them. If you don't even worry about it. Like I think I used the soul crit effect like once with Luticia. Soul is not an issue in this deck. 2 vanilla heals, and I play 2 of Us Flow, 2 of Us Rhyme. Not for any meta reason. I only play these because they're funny. I've been playing them since release just because I like that it's just a little funny combo. They do come in on occasion, but even if they didn't, I would still play them. And then finally, Lyrical OT. I think it's the best OT in Lyrical because it just gives you a constant buff on your turn, gives all your rear guards +10. you could make the argument of playing either red or blue, but for me, if I hit this early, you know, like, I prefer this constant buff. It's the same thing with, like, Dark States. I will always play the Dark States OT over any other OT, just because I like that constant buff. But yeah, that was the deck list, guys. Again, I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. It will be going up against Powerful. That you should probably see that Friday. Out of all the test games, I haven't beaten it yet. Because Powerful is really strong. The new support they got is pretty insane. But it is a deck, I feel like it's a good matchup against Luticia, because Luticia herself is very strong. So hopefully on the deck fight, we can have a little back and forth and show off both decks' strengths and weaknesses. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.